there's a $5,000 fine. The state is opposed to the application for deferred adjudication. Is that correct?
Mr. Cabrera, do you understand that the children in these videos are victims who are being sexually abused when the content is made?
Yes.
Do you understand that every time you view, download, or share those videos, that child is being re-victimized?
There's no evidence of any sharing.
This case isn't
Can
your
you
average
raise your right
courtroom
hand for me,
drama.
please?
Today, we're diving into the
Do
sentencing
you
of a
solemnly swear or
22-year-old
affirm the
man
testimony you
facing
give will be
serious
the
charges
truth and
involving
nothing but the
child
truth, so help you
exploitation
God?
material.
Yes, Your Honor.
His
All right, you
family
can
is
lower your
here
hand, state your
pleading
name for the record.
leniency. The
Ambrosio
defense says
Cabrera.
he's just
All
a
right,
curious
defense, you
young
may
man who made a
proceed.
terrible mistake.
Ambrosio,
But the state?
if you,
They want him locked up for the
graduated high
maximum.
school, is that correct?
The question is,
Yes.
will the judge
Okay.
show
And
mercy
where did you used
or
to
make
live?
an example out of him? Stick
Right
around,
before my
because
arrest,
the
I
twist at
worked
the end will
at
shock you.
a place called Bear Found.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
Laura Garcia.
All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Garcia, can you tell the judge how you know Ambrosio?
Ambrosio is my son.
Okay, and you know that he has applied for probation. But it's still opposed to that application, and you're here to ask the judge to grant that probation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what would you like her to know about Ambrosio?
That he stands that he did wrong and that he's willing to get the help he needs and take whatever proceedings the judge asks of him.
All right, I'm sorry. If we could go off the record for a moment. So when I'm reviewing the TAP evaluation in the pre-sentence investigation report, it has attached to it as a plea bargain agreement, a cap of 5 years. I don't think that belongs with this.
No, Judge.
No, Judge, that's not it.
So with regards to the plea bargain page that's attached to the pre-sentence investigation report, do both parties agree that that is incorrect?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so according to the plea bargaining agreement, in this case, what the court has is you all have agreed to a cap of 10 in the prison. There's a $5,000 fine. The state is opposed to the application for deferred adjudication. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry for interrupting. You may proceed, counsel.
How do you think this happened with Ambrosio?
Hold
Where
up,
have you asked
did you
him
catch
why
that?
you hadn't
The
sought,
judge just
any kind
clarified
of
something
treatment?
huge. The plea
And,
agreement caps at
you and I
10 years
talked
behind
about that.
bars,
What would you like
plus
this?
a $5,000
What would you like
fine.
the judge
That
to
means
know about
probation
why
isn't
that
the
hadn't
sweet
commenced
deal the
or
defense is
why you
hoping
hadn't
for.
received that?
And notice, the state is fully to moan
Judge,
against deferred adjudication. Translation,
When
they don't want him walking free under
probation officer
supervision.
asked me why
They
I
want
hadn't
prison
received
time.
treatment,
So,
I told
here's the
him
question.
that
Should someone caught with child abuse material
treatment,
get a second
psychiatric
chance?
help costs
Or should
money,
they serve hard?
and
Time, drop your thoughts below.
He just happens to do wrong, and best thing I have to say is that he was in the wrong side at the wrong time, and I guess he just caught up to him.
When we spoke beforehand, you had said something about you believe that curiosity was
Yeah.
involved.
Yes,
Okay. And you think that got the better of him at that time?
yes, he did.
And are you willing to support him and help him in any way you can if the judge was to grant him probation?
Yes, sir.
Ambrosio did have a job when he was arrested, is that right?
Yes,
And he had had that job, I think, either right before or right after graduating high school, is that right?
yes,
And of course, he lost that employment as part of his, after he got arrested.
yes.
Are you concerned about if the judge is granted probation, are you concerned about him being able to get a job and pay this $5,000 fine that they're asking for?
Money wise, yes. The job, I'm really good with the job.
I don't have any other questions. I don't know, Ms. Brown.
All right, any questions?
Just very briefly. And it's Ms. Garcia.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Do you understand the charges that your son is pled to?
Yes,
And you understand this wasn't just one image or just accessing a website. This was him actually possessing multiple images of child pornography. Do you understand that?
yes.
do you think it's important that he takes full accountability and doesn't diminish what he did?
Yes.
That's the next question.
Any further judges?
All right, thank you so much for coming in and giving me some insight into it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other witnesses, counsel?
Mr. Cabrera.
Sir?
Wow. Did you hear that? The prosecutor just reminded Mom, this wasn't one accidental click. This was multiple images. That's a massive difference in the eyes of the law. And her response? Calm. No denial. Almost like she's accepted it. But here's what I'm wondering. How do you balance being a loving parent while acknowledging something this serious? If this was your child, what would you do? Support them like Laura? Or cut them off completely?
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ambrosio Cabrera.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Ambrosio, did you graduated high school, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you used to work?
Right before my arrest, I worked at a place called Foundation Repair.
And what
But I
kind-
had some other jobs before that.
And had you ever had trouble finding a job before that?
There have been instances, but I got a job at the end of it.
I think in the PSI, there was a reference to the officer who did your interview asking why you hadn't sought any kind of treatment. And you and I talked about that. What would you like the judge to know about why that hadn't commenced or why you hadn't received that?
Judge, when probation officer asked me why I hadn't received treatment, I told him that treatment, psychiatric help costs money, and ashamed as I am, I was afraid to even leave my house to go to the front yard to even take out the trash. And
We'll tell the judge why you felt that was.
I was ashamed, ashamed for my actions, and my neighbors, they saw everything. They saw that my house was, I had a search warrant for my house, and I was ashamed to have my neighbors see me. But regarding not getting treatment costs money, and it's even harder for me to even ask for a job.
So that because they're going to see your background. Is that what you mean?
That they would see my background from the background check, that afraid for my safety, that perhaps coworkers might find out about my charges. And I would say that
Listen to
And
this.
he entered
He's
into
talking
a
about
plea
being
that he
so
thought was in
ashamed
best
he couldn't even
interest
take
of
out
him
the
in this case,
trash
that we
because the
all
neighbors
agreed
saw
was
the
a
raid.
good option.
That's raw
However,
humiliation.
that
But
plea
here's the
is
kicker.
not for
He
him
also says
to be
therapy
agreed
costs
on
money.
probation. It's an
And that
opposed
raises
for-
a bigger issue.
Now let's defer
Should
about
financial
probation. I
barriers
should be clear
excuse
on
someone
that.
from seeking treatment when the crime is this
content in
severe?
this
Or is that
hidden
just an excuse?
videos
Let me know
of
what you
children,
think, because this
a
part
video
really
of a
divides
child under
people.
the age of 10
Is he
being
remorseful
sexually abused.
or just
We
scared
have
of
images
prison?
of
if I wish that I had hope that I can have counseling to ask about things regarding getting a job.
And do you agree that you should have some counseling?
Yes.
Now you never had an inappropriate relationship, did you?
No, sir.
Okay, so you just possessed images,
Yes, sir.
and have you had an adult relationship?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And is that still ongoing or
No, sir.
right now? You're willing to abide by anything the judge would require of you if she were to grant you probation?
Yes.
And we understand that you would have to register annually.
Yes, sir.
And do you have anything else that you'd like the judge to know before she decides what to do?
Judge, I'm so sorry. I wish that I could change my time. I'm ready to accept the consequences.
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, any questions?
Okay, Judge. Mr. Cabrera, do you understand that the children in these videos are victims who are being sexually abused when the content is made?
Yes.
You understand that every time you view, download, or share those videos, that child is being re-victimized?
Good, Judge. There's no evidence of any sharing.
Sister.
Your Honor, this originates from a Nick report where it was uploaded to Snapchat, Your Honor, so.
All right, the objection will be overruled. All right. Any further questions? And how old are you?
22, Your Honor.
All right. All right, any argument?
Judge, Mr. Cabrera is a young man now. He was even younger a couple of years ago when this came to pass. And I think he's a person who, if you've read I know you have read the PSI, he's readily admitted his responsibility, came forth and readily accepted responsibility when he was given that opportunity. He waived indictment. He came to court, he took his pleas, he showed up here today, despite knowing that he might go into custody. I think he is not a hardened criminal. He has zero criminal history other than this one case. And I don't think prison is an appropriate environment for him, and it might be actually a dangerous environment for him. So we would ask the court to consider, based on all the circumstances and the lack of history, that you grant him deferred and give him whatever conditions the court finds appropriate.
Here, counsel. State.
Judge, while this defendant may take responsibility to enter a waiver plea on this case, that waiver plea wasn't something that he just entered, letting the court punish him to the maximum with the state charging the most thing. It was a bargain between the state. We waived certain counts, we waived certain enhancements, and he entered into a plea that he thought was in the best interest of him in this case, that we all agreed was a good option. However, that plea is not for him to be agreed on probation. It's an opposed for. Now it's deferred, not probation. I should be clear on that. The content in this, we have videos of children, a video of a child under the age of 10 being sexually abused. We have images of children being sexually abused, as well as.
That right there is the prosecutor's knockout punch. Just because he didn't physically harm a child doesn't mean he's not victimizing them.
All right.
And honestly,
All right.
they're
Any
right.
argument?
Every click keeps the cycle of abuse alive. They even pointed out that one video involved a child under 10 years old. That's horrific. The defense argues probation and therapy will keep him from reoffending. But should the system take that risk? What's your stance? Maximum punishment or rehabilitation? Comment below because this debate is huge.
Images of them nude. These children are actual victims. Just because I don't know them, just because they're not here in this courtroom, they're actual victims. This defendant participated in their victimization by viewing, downloading, etc. this material. It's a serious crime. Just because it's his first crime doesn't mean it's not a serious crime. Just because he's not physically abusing these kids himself doesn't mean he's not victimizing them. So given the severity of the crime, given the severity of the content, and given the danger that it poses to the community, that if he's looking at this material online, what he could do in the future, I would ask the court to follow the agreement. I would ask the court to sentence him to the maximum under the plea agreement of 10 years.
Judge, may I respond briefly?
Yes.
There's no evidence at all that Mr. Cabrera believed that anything other than these children were victims and taking responsibility for that. Everything that the state has pointed out to me is all the more reason why he needs to get the treatment that he provided under supervision of this court. And as you know, under supervision of this court, he would not be allowed to freewheeling on the internet anyway. So we would again ask the court to grant him give him the treatment that he needs and any other appropriate conditions that he deem necessary.
All right. So I've heard the argument of your counsel, listened to witnesses, and I take everything under advisement. I'm taking your age under advisement. What the court is going to do, the court will find you guilty. The state is asking for 10 years. Counsel, do you want to address that?
Random probation, I would certainly ask for something closer to the minimum. Happy to, given the absence of any other previous problems and not trying to discount what he did, I still think that 10 is more than necessary. All
right, in state, I know you're asking for 10.
Okay.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and there's to be Chapter 62 registration. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney?
I haven't opened it, but
All right, it's telling you whether or not you have a right to appeal. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
And there it is. The hammer drops. 8 years in prison. The judge went lower than the max, but still sent a clear message. This crime carries weight. He'll have to register as a sex offender and live with that label forever. Do you think 8 years was fair? Too harsh? Too light? Let me know in the comments. And if this breakdown had you hooked, smash that like button, subscribe for more real courtroom drama, and turn on notifications so you never miss a case like this.